After all that's just happened, life, every flawed morsel of it, seems more precious to you than ever. You look around at those who have accompanied you so far. In each one, something unique shines through. Divinity has eluded you so far, but humanity beats strong within you, here, and who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions. Your quest failed. The void is growing stronger, and the hall is dark. You feel the need for some affection. Perhaps they feel it too. She pulls you close and kisses you like you've never been kissed before.
That's a yes. Come, let's find ourselves a quiet spot, shall we?
As you move to go below decks, the live wood creaks and groans. The steps you thought you knew lead you to a part of the ship you've never seen before. A newly carved nook that smells of resin and wood chips. Touching the wall beneath your fingers, the live wood hums at your touch. You understand that the Lady Vengeance has carved this space for you in gratitude for your help. You enter and feel the presence of the ship recede, offering you the total privacy of a moment alone with your companion. The first moment, no sooner have you entered the room than Sabine shoves you onto the bed and starts tearing at your clothes.
I want you naked, now.
She looks on as you remove your garb, and it's like you can feel her gaze, an eager flame that travels up and down your naked body.
Good boy.
She takes one of your hands and leads it to her lips, gently brushing them with your fingertips.
Remember how when we first met I licked your arm? Think now of what will happen when I lick you all over. All those memories shrouded in flesh. No more secrets. I will know you like I know my own heart.
She lowers your hand and places it between her breasts. You can feel the beat of her heart, the dulcet, ancient rhythm.
Let me come to know you.
She kisses you gently. Then, as your mouths open, a dalliance of tongues.
The sweet taste of remembrance. The titillation that is one's first kiss. How young you were. Tell me, how was it? Really? One's tongue ending up in one's sweetheart's left nostril isn't generally regarded as perfection. Just trust me. There is no embarrassment here. I think it's time for another taste.
She kisses your neck, your chest, twirls her tongue around your nipples.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Another sensation altogether. But you're afraid. Tell me why. Except me, and my nails, and my needle. Forget the scar. Forget the names on my skin. And forget the instrument with which I kill. You will get to know the real me. All of me. I am Sabine, and I'm here with you. I know you do, despite what your body tells me. You've no reason to fear me, darling. I could never hurt you. I love you. I want you.
Her kisses go lower still, your belly and below. Her tongue is all along your length. Just a tease. Slowly she moves back up, her body close to you, her lips against your ear.
Just one question left. The one question as yet unanswered in your flesh. Do you love me too? And I will have to take your word for it, won't I?
With a few easy movements, Sabine slips out of her clothes and straddles you in all her naked glory, two heats hot against one another.
Oh, isn't it wonderful to be in love? Isn't it magical to make love?
Her lips land on yours once more as she guides you inside her, and slowly, ever so slowly, gallops you into oblivion. The night was long, but you didn't sleep a wink. You lie in one another's arms, basking in euphoric exhaustion.
Ready for round 5? Come here.
As Sabile's hands traipse their way down, a sound emanates in the distance.
Oh, that was Lady Vengeance. She's calling us back. How she spoils our sport.
You both rise from the bed and get dressed. When you're ready to leave, Sabile takes your hands in hers.
You know me now, don't you? The real me. You're not afraid anymore, are you? And I love you.
One more kiss. Then you leave, your arms around each other's waist.
Let's get this Divinity thing over with, shall we? This is so much more fun. Are you ready to continue the journey? One word and the Lady Vengeance will take us back to our work.
There you are. I hear Malady wants to continue.
Not right now. Come.
A million candles. A million all around. And the demon. He keeps our souls. He keeps them all forever. How could you? I'll never be free of him now. Do you understand that? I'll never be free of him now. What end? He has me now. He has me forever. I'll never be free of him. I guess it was always going to be you, wasn't it? I hope you're happy.
Thane is busy scribbling. The little girl doesn't acknowledge. As you approach, the silent monk cocks his right ear to...
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't. She'll do it now. She'll never...
Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, we can proceed.
Yes. I am sorry. She had me built to her exact designs. Not even I know all the ways in which she can control me. She was able to follow my wake like a shark. But I will see myself destroyed, rather than be forced to betray you again. I swear.
It shall be done.
Melody's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat subdued.
What's wrong with you? You seem... happy. It's written all over you. In truth, I'm glad to see it. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to its terms, I was to help you ascend to Divinity, and she was to help me with... The details aren't important now, it's just... Never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally. So, are we? Allies, that is. The details are detailed. Suffice it to say that Meister Siva believed she could help me. And I believe you're twice the sorcerer she ever was. So? That's something I don't often hear. Thank you. Really. Moving on. I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before she does something irreversible. Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut a line through that chaos. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, different from chaos, but no better. Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows. They are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil. Whatever those categories mean. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, you'll do all the better. The Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did. To create a better world than the world they made. I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's future. You are my insurance against that. Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to Arx, find Dallas, take back what she stole. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship safely between the land of the dead and the land of the living. Captain Malady stands at the ready.
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to Arx to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucian! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything! Brace! Brace! Brace!
Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands. She raises one hand and raises herself to her feet.
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear, I've pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in two realms at once. Her body here, her soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of the gods. This is where the path to divinity leads. Dallas must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetherin back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need it if you're to ascend. Track her in Arx. Find out where she's gone and end her. Take back the Aetherin and the powers of the gods with it. You cannot fail, Godwoken. Not for anything. Hurry along now. We'll need to find... That's for you to discover. Arx is rife with Divine Order grunts, though. If she's among them, they'll know where to look. Take care of yourself, Godwoken. I may not always be there to do it for you.
The statue reaches toward the sky.
Not the finest of landings, though I suppose our dear vessel did well enough, given it's not exactly in its natural habitat. At least I can still access all of my tools in the Hall of Echoes. I wouldn't relish the prospect of scouring through all this wreckage to find what I need. Why work, of course? Anathema won't restore itself, I dare say. I shall finish what I started, aboard whatever remains of the Lady Vengeance in the Hall of Echoes. Come and find me later in the Hall of Echoes. I believe I'm rather close to having Anathema in working order.
The final voyage of the Lady Vengeance. She served us well.
There, in the harbor, the Kraken.
If it keeps showing up uninvited, it'll never make friends.
Lucian the Divine, standing guard over Arx. This statue seems like a bad jest now, given the state of things.
More two legs. Why must you?
A prayer from a pilgrim. Mighty Lucian grant me wealth and power. Pilgrims. Probably here for Lucian's day. Not much cheer in this camp. You'd never guess they were here for Lucian's day. I pledge my life.
Awful. Hopefully
I want to visit Lucian's shrine. To try and...
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
Another card?
No, I'm holding.
I must have...
I pledge my life.
Feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
I can't believe that I made it through storm. A prayer note. Blessed Lucian, help me find true love.
Too weak to go on much longer. Another card?
Maybe I should have just stayed put in Driftwood.
I never expected the end of the world to be so impressive.
It's not the end, just...
I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it.
A spillage all over the floor.
Someone left a prayer here. O Lucian, bless my sickly child. Seems the life expectancy of magisters gets shorter and shorter.
Void woken, and they're cornered. Let's help finish them off.
Hurts, doesn't it?
The Reaper for me.
As Voidwoken attacks go, you think that one was particularly devastating. The great city of Arx may be finally ready to fall.
Arx fall? Over my dead body.
Arx can take care of herself for all I care.
Arx fall? Not on my watch.
I read about someone matching your description in the latest dispatch. And now there'll be another tale about you for our war owls to whistle across the... You saved my best paladins by the skin of their teeth. The lads are brave, but they're no match for Voidwoken. Especially right off the back of chasing... I tell you, they'll be chanting your name in the mess hall tonight.
The captain sobers and curls her lip at the Voidwoken corpses nearby. She spits a bloody tooth in the direction of the closest one.
Of course. Word travels. Especially when you have a network of highly trained war owls. There's been a steady stream of reports flying in about a sorcerer matching your description, getting into all kinds of trouble. Let me say, I hope you're not bringing it here with you.
She eyes you curiously.
You won't find the leader of the Magisters walking in the open in Arx, not after what they've done. This is Paladin territory now. But check in with Lord Kem. He's conducting an investigation of all the Magisters in the barracks. He might know something about her whereabouts. Well, you've heard that the Magisters were colluding with the Black Ring, right? After the Voidwoken first attacked our city, Lord Kem investigated and put 2 and 2 together. It all makes sense now. To think they blamed all sorcerers. The only question remaining is why? Why? The Magisters have a lot to answer for. Those left alive, that is. Obviously. Take care. I doubt this is quite the city.
We shall prevail. Learn the right to sing a tale. Paladins march on the blacks and reds. Hurrah, hurrah. Out the streets and from the pits. Hurrah, hurrah. By Lucian's blade we shall prevail. We'll earn the right to sing a tale. Paladins march on the blacks and reds. Hurrah, hurrah. House the traitors from their beds. Hurrah, hurrah. By Lucian's blade we shall prevail. We'll earn the right to sing a tale. Paladins march on the blacks and reds. Hurrah, hurrah. House the traitors from their beds. Hurrah!
We thank you for your help, traveler.
By Lucian's blade we shall prevail. We'll earn the right to sing a tale. Paladins march on the blacks and reds. Hurrah! Hurrah! House the traitors from their beds. Hurrah!
Great to have your skills on board back there. You're a handy friend.
Giant Slayer.
Everything's under control here. You can move.
Paladins march on the blacks and reds. Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!
What a massacre.
I salute you, monster that a hero like you would arrive on Lucian's Day. Well, it gives me hope.
She looks at you derisively and spits on the ground, close enough to your boot to make her point.
If she is, Lord Kem will want to know. Kem commands the city now. On Lucian's Day? You'd better believe it. City's a bit of a mess, it's fair to say, but the worst has passed. We'll have the place cleaned up in no time. Between the Voidwoken and the arrest of the Magisters, We've seen more than a few casualties, but the city herself is intact. We'll mourn our dead and rebuild. Arx persists. Seems the Magisters have been dicing with dark magic. You'd have them to thank if there were any left. Many fled. Those who didn't died or ended up in a... Well, we're glad you were here. Stay safe. You killed the Voidwoken. This city needs more like you.
Thanks for the service, Void Killer. My friend's alive and walking around because of you.
You have my thanks, Monster Killer. We need all the help we can get. With the Magisters gone, this'll be the end of the Voidwoken attacks, I hope. When a sorcerer uses Source, the Voidwoken come, so they say. But the Magisters have been dealing in darker magic. The Voidwoken came, bigger and more deadly. But the Magisters... Take care, friend.
The people will be happy to see the likes of you.
Creatures are better off dead.
Look, about the Divinity we've chased halfway across the God's damned world. Entrusted to one person, I don't think it's a force for good. The gods themselves were corrupt, and even Lucian could fare no better than them. Not to mention his son, Alexander, who the world's better off without. Even if you thought him worth sparing. Driven by fear, he took his father's power and used it to turn innocent sorcerers to silent monks in Fort Joy. And now here we are, like moths to a flame, not understanding that the fire will consume us. You know, when our journey started, I was a man without a purpose. I lost it in the death fog. But now, after everything we've been through together, I say we end Divinity. I say we extinguish the flame and forget about a new divine ascending. No one Rivellon has suffered enough. Let's share the power with everyone. And then, let's all fight the void together. Well, there's still time, but don't wait too long. Time has a habit of...
We're not careful.
A pale young man gazes at the square, seemingly lost in his thoughts. His face and clothes are daubed in what appears to be red paint. Nearby, a canvas sits upon an easel.
I didn't just see it, I witnessed it. Now I must preserve it upon canvas for the generations to come.
He nods, a faraway expression on his face.
The great schism of the Divine Order and the ruination of Arx. This will be my masterpiece. I usually only display completed works, but, well, this painting's raw power is already plain to see. Here, feast your eyes.
He gestures to the canvas. It's completely covered in the same shade of red, layer after layer. It's sodden, dripping onto the cobbles. The painter scoffs. He looks quite pale, you notice. Ill, perhaps. A drip of red falls from his sleeve to the cobbles.
You should open your mind. You would see so much more. Red is the only shade that matters. Life and death, true passion from within the artist.
He tugs back the sleeve of his tunic to reveal a blood-soaked cloth bandage around his wrist.
It was my father's technique. He was the finest painter of his generation, and he used his own blood for his masterwork. The final panel of The Sacrifice of Lucian. He was also quite the sorcerer. Magic-infused blood can be used to produce the most vivid effects, if you're skilled enough. For the most part, a copy can be seen at the Great Cathedral here in Arx. I visit frequently for inspiration. But the original panel, The one that my father used his blood to depict Lucian's final sacrifice was given to Lord Kem a long time ago. He keeps it locked away somewhere in that mansion of his. A masterpiece like that should be on public display for all to see. Self-preservation is a petty concern. I must put the spiritual above the corporeal. I must finish.
The statue looms over arcs. Hands, the tear is ice.
Please, you've got to help me. My wife, they want to kill her. She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. You have to help, please. Of being a good person. Please, there's no time. They'll kill her. Go! This can't be happening. Oh, Divine Lucian, please help us.
Lord Kem is speaking.
Silence!
You'll be silent, or you'll be
Lucian's
gagged.
holy name.
Justice
We
is
gather
being
here
done.
today to see justice done. Paladin to
You approach, but the paladin's icy blue eyes never move from his prisoner.
You are interrupting a paladin court, stranger.
You couldn't call this a court until the end of days, Kem. It's still a disgrace.
The prisoner will be silent. We are beyond accusations. This once paladin is guilty of refusing orders and protecting supporters of the Black Ring.
They were boys. Local boys that signed up for steady pay in a slick uniform. A couple of white traitors doesn't mean every Magister is in league with the Ring.
At best, you are a coward. At worst, you are a traitor. In either case, the sentence is death.
His icy eyes focus on you for the first time, pinning you with a freezing look.
Step aside, stranger. She has been tried by her service and found guilty by her failings. She disobeyed orders and cost paladins their lives. Perhaps there is some truth in that. Very well. She will not die today.
The paladin looks at you as Kem turns away and silently mouths thank you.
Find a cell for her. And the rest of you have your duties. Move.
Oh, by the Divine, thank you. I'll never forget this.
Order of society, the Magisters say. Not much bloody order in this place.
Not much bloody order in this place.
For the safety of Rivell, report all sorcerers to the nearest Magister.
Nothing. Just more men and brothers.
Magisters fought with all... Of course.
Spy writs, chili, useless mundanities. Find me something solid on the whites. Well, if it isn't my better side. I hope we made the right decision. In the long run, mercy can be very costly. It may have escaped your notice, but we've just taken over an entire Magister barracks, and the whole place has to be searched. Well, what is it? The Lord Dread is in the harbour. Of Dallas, there's nary a trace. But rest assured, if she is here, we shall find her. And should you hear anything, please do. If the conspiracy with the Black Ring extends as high as the Hammer herself, she shall pay the price. I promise. The Whites have betrayed the memory of Lucian in the most heinous manner. We'd had our suspicions, but when Lord Ahu proved their collusion with the Black Ring, the Order must persist. The Order must endure. The Magisters can no longer have power. Stay out of Paladin business. We have found little of use, at least not yet. Perhaps you may have better luck. If the Whites were working with the Black Ring, and I believe they were not doing it here. The barracks are clean as far as we can tell. But White Magister Raymond was here with his people, and of them there is no sign. But they must have left a trail. We will find them, wherever they are. She disobeyed orders. She knew the consequences. I expect she shall receive justice. Goodbye.
Nothing. Just old Magister
Treachery and collusion. I'll have Raymond's head for this. Spy writs, chili, useless mundanities. Find me something solid on the white. The Whites must have left something of value behind. Dallas, London, shit. Nothing interesting.
The rat skitters around your ankles in excitement.
You, help me, mistress, please. These blue-cloaked beasts are keeping her locked in a cage underground. Please, Harry, she'll be grateful. Go below, see for yourself. She's a kind and wise mistress, but she needs help. Mistress is the most generous of mistresses. She'll give you anything she has if you help her.
Bah! If there was anything important here, the Whites must have surely taken it.
This fire was set on purpose.
Nothing.
The plaque reads, "Loyalty to the Divine."
Traps.
Careful.
The Majesty
I've
doesn't
spotted
want
a
anyone
trap.
poking around in here.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Nothing. Just more Magister rubbish.
Order of society, the Magisters say. Not much bloody order in this place.
What's this? I found something.
No go. Not now, at least.
A combination lock is embedded into the face of the hatch, the hatch is firmly locked. A sequence of numbers has been engraved on the face of the mechanism. 1, 3, 2, 4. Each of the 4 dials bears 4 phrases that can be wrote. The first dial must be set. The mechanism clicks. The second dial has the same 4 phrases to select from. The mechanism clicks once again. The third dial bears the same options as before. Another click. One last dial remains, with the same phrase. The final dial click. Then, deeper within the mechanism, the sound of gears turning and a bolt with the hatch yields, clicking open.
Often the strongest locks hide the darkest secrets.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
What's this? I found something. Careful. I've spotted a trap.
The following subversives, known as Seekers, have been confirmed as dead or apprehended. Duggan, dwarf, male. Alistair, human, male. Claude, dwarf, male. Vartax, lizard, male. Leia, human, female. Doric, human, male. Exter, human, male. Kerban, human, male. Halorn, dwarf, male. Tarleen, human.
Careful. I've spotted a trap. That looks dangerous, but maybe I can disarm it.
I've spotted something.
More Magister trickery. They must have many secrets to go to all these lengths.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
Secrecy. What are the Magisters hiding?
Godwoken. I should have known it would be you in the end. I should have ran you through with my sword back in Driftwood, not offered you my hand. You're nothing but a catastrophe in waiting. You are part of the problem, Godwoken, not the solution. Fool. All your meddling, you still don't understand. Dallas is so very close to her goal. She will tiptoe down the crypt of the divine, point the Aeteran at his holy body laid to rest, and purge the powers of the gods still raging. This is how Lucian, even in death, will become the savior of us all. With him, all source will wither. With him, no source, no Voidwoken. Remember, sorcerer? That is what we promised from the start. A cure that will save the world. We will redeem Rivellon. No longer will you and your divine ambitions stand. The time has come for us all to burn, Godwoken. A sacrifice worthy of Lucian. He died for Rivellon, as will we.
Raymond produces something. An incendiary grenade. Your eyes dart left and right. Oil barrels are stacked in every corner and alcove of the chamber.
Let's go out with a bang.
Raymond primes the grenade. It's...
Is mine.
wheels are already in motion, Godwoken. My death changes nothing. Dallas will prevail. Right where she needs to be, and nowhere you'll ever see, I'll wager.
Raymond's spirit smiles. The fanatical gleam in his eyes makes him look...
This world is rotten, and the rot started with the gods. We will all... But you won't, will you? Do you even know what you do with these powers that you chase? It's power-hungry fools like you that have made our actions so necessary. Farewell, Godwoken. Enjoy the prestige.
The spirit of a Magister stares at you with
Your time is over, God-woken.
The spirit glares at you in defiance until she is... The spirit of a white Magister tips a vial of powder into a goblet of wine before her. The spirit vanishes in an instant.
I should never have allowed Alexander to take power. He was weak. It won't happen again. What is it now? Ah! Tell me about this plot. My, they are ambitious. Not to worry, though. Only Lord Ahu knows how to enter the crypt, and I have it on good authority he'd rather die than share his secrets. That said, the timing of his disappearance is rather worrying. Needless to say, my best people are searching for him without pause. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Please, take this as a token of our gratitude, and then enjoy Lucian's day. This is taking too long. I better see some results soon. Honorable Dallas, what is it now? Goodbye. How do they slip by?
I welcome newcomers and natives alike. We shall trade. We shall talk.